Hello traders, welcome back to the market review for the 12th of September 2024. As always, before we start, if you like the content of these videos, please like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon. So we were looking at the chart in the morning, and this was a kind of a wedge that we found out on this particular chart. This was the 830 bar that happened. Now, if you see what happened here, it went back to the wedge, it got rejected, and then we actually had a follow through on that. So I was actually expecting that we can come down a little bit, maybe towards this 1 hour EMA that I was talking about in yesterday's video as well. And then I tried to see what is the measured move that we can get based on the bodies of these two particular candles, and that was giving me somewhere around the 5552 area. Now, what I also noticed was that if we consider the measured move, including the wicks, that can actually bring us to the 5544 area. So if you see on the ETA chart, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that came down before we had the 930 candle. So this was really bearish, and we were below this particular news bar's low. And I was looking at the measured move with the wicks in mind, and that was telling me we will come somewhere near the 5544 area. But if you remember, I was telling that we may come down to the 1 hour EMA and then bounce from there. So what we did was, when this candle formed, this was the candle number 1, this was candle number 2, and this was candle number 3, right? This was the 945 candle. We actually shorted below this particular candle, below the close of this particular candle, and I was trying to see if we can get to this EMA. My first exit was at the EMA, and then my second exit was at the 44 area, again at the exact measured move. Now, why did I come out of here? Because if you remember, I said that the 38 to the 40 area is the prime area which I need to be broken down before I can see further move down. So I exited on this area, and then I did not want to continue any further and wanted to see if the market actually sells off or we are going to get back up and create a trading range. Now, as I said yesterday evening, a trading range was highly expected after that huge move that we had yesterday, and we got that trading range. But then right from the 38 area, we got this first entry long, we came down again, we got the second entry long. We went long right here around the 54-55 area, and then I was looking for 20 points to the upside. So my first exit was at 64. So basically I was looking for the price to come up somewhere here if we are creating a trading range. So my first exit was again at 65, and my second exit was again at the 75 area. Now again, I did not want to hold on to this because I was expecting a trading range, and I did not want the price to just dump from here and take all the profit from me, and that is exactly what happened. Now, this came down below the EMA, this came down below the 200 EMA, but we went up and closed above the 20 EMA again, and above that we had this first entry long. I was thinking that we will be going up here. We had the first entry long, we had the second entry long here, but the second entry long bar was really bearish in nature, right? So we could not take that. But immediately after that, this was a strong bar that came up again. And if you see what was happening is, this was the body gap that we created here. So this is the gap that we have at this point of time. We actually bought the top of this candle at 5566.5, and then I was again looking to see if we can get to the 75 area and give us 10 points. We came to the 75 area, and then I exited from that particular trade again. And then I did not short again because these were looking pretty good. We were making higher lows at this point of time, so I did not want to short here. I was waiting to see when we get the next entry possibility. Now, one interesting short happened in this leg. This was the first leg down, so we were expecting a second leg down to come somewhere near the bottom. And then we had this micro double top. As we started coming down below the EMA, I took this short here, and we came out again somewhere near this 55 area. So what happened was, if you see, this was the first leg down, we went back up. This was the second leg down, we went back up. This was the third leg down. Thereby, we created this wedge, right? And then this was again the first entry long, this was the second entry long, but the candles were not very strong, and we were not having any gaps that were being created, very good gaps that were being created. The only thing that got created here at this point was this particular gap, right, between this particular candle. Let me bring in the bar counts here. and let's move to the regular trading hours. So if you see, this was the first gap that got created within this gap, and when I saw this candle bounce from this gap and keeps going up, this is where was a very good buy area from 70, and from there we actually got the 1:1 target to the upside, which was at 90. Now I was not at my desk at this point and I missed the whole move, right? But I bought into here, I bought into this 9495 area based on this bull flag once I came back, and my first exit was at the 5606 area, because if you remember, 5606 to 07 is a very good target point. That's a generic support and resistance area, so I took one profit there. I was holding on to a runner to see if we could get to this 12.5 area, but when I saw this double top here, I came out below this particular candle. And then if this was, and then I was trying to see if we could move down below the EMA. This was the first entry shot, this was the second entry shot. Now at this point of time, we know that we were in a trading range, we broke out of the trading range, but there is a big possibility that we may come down a little bit. So what I did was I shorted below bar number 64. I shorted below bar number 64 here. I shorted two contracts just below 5600, thinking that it can get back to this level, but it kept on coming down. I took one profit here. I took one profit here at 92.25, but it kept coming down, and finally when we came and touched this area again and then started bouncing back up, this is where I came out of all my trades at 5681. So those were all the trades that we took today. Although I was not there, the 70 entry point for the longs was mentioned by one of my colleagues, Arun, in the Discord group. So if you are not in the Discord group, the link to it is given in the description below. It is absolutely free and you are very welcome to join there. I will come back sometime in the evening with the expectations for tomorrow and what support and resistance areas we have for tomorrow. I will end this video here and I'll see you guys again soon. Have a great rest of the afternoon, guys. Bye.